Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible clearly? Let's begin with the session today, everyone. First of all, um, please share the session, like the session, and please subscribe it as well. Subscribe the channel there. Now, we were talking about victory series, and I think I was talking about investment decisions. But today I'm starting with the area of capital investments in terms of international level. ठीक है ना? Done, everyone? This is super important for any organization that sometimes you have to put money at the foreign level. At the foreign level, matlab, I'm putting money in terms of investments in such a way that the amount is too much. When the amount is too much, then what will you do? When the amount is too much, it is very, very important that we take care of the amount in a considerable format. Considerable format means when we are taking care of money in forex. Forex is very, very important. Ki, acha, if the money is in foreign currency, then what are the fluctuations of it? And if the fluctuations are major, how will we cater it? If the fluctuations are minor, how do we cater it? Again, right? All these things are super important when any business is discussing about this basic area. So what challenges may arise due to foreign currency valuation during a long implementation time? Lack of skilled labor, then we have equipment malfunction, rate volatility, or the government regulations. In the long term period, na, I think having your investments in terms of forex is very, very difficult. This is one particular thing, everyone. In terms of forex, it is super important that when we are taking care of it, then we are not facing any problem there. You know? So how do we cater that part? In this case, the problem is rate volatility. Why rate volatility, everyone? Rate volatility is super important because it leads to the area of currency fluctuations. For example, over the period of time, US dollars have become more costlier and costlier for Indians. है ना? So this isn't the charges getting higher and higher for the people? Isn't it? It is important for any business to do this. Then comes the next question. What may be required for elaborate workings and estimate when dealing with forex cash flows? Graphing calculators, then typewriters, spreadsheets, or slide rules. Which particular thing is more important, everyone? What would be the answer in this case? It is actually spreadsheets. Spreadsheets are actually used in such a way that you are trying to find out the cost there. Okay? Chaliye, let's continue further. Next question says, what are the examples of direct channels of international portfolio investment? So first of all, I would like to ask you, what do you mean by the term portfolio? But the portfolio plays a very important role whenever I'm trying to put money somewhere. If I am not being vigilant, then I might lose my money altogether. Warren Buffett had said that never put all your eggs in one basket. Why to put all your investments in one particular company when you can spread it out and at least you can reduce the chances of losses by diversifying the risk? What do you mean by diversifying, everyone? Diversifying means spreading up the risk. How can we spread up? Simple, by putting our money into different areas altogether. Done na? Chaliye. Now comes the next point. American depository receipts and global depository receipts both are basically receipts which are made out of the shares only. Exchange traded funds and multinational corporations, foreign direct investing and global mutual funds, or online investment platforms and mutual funds. So in this case, I think I'll go for the answer whenever we're talking about direct channels of investment. What are the direct channels? The direct channels in terms of investing at the international level would be ADRs and GDRs, everyone. ADRs are totally denominated in dollars and exclusively applicable only in USA, while GDRs are applicable in at the international level, but these are also in dollars. ADRs and GDRs are basically the companies goes to these regulatory bodies. These regulatory bodies converts the shares of the company into receipts. If it is used only in USA, that's called American depository receipts. If it is used at every level, it is called global. Done? The answer is A. What is CAPM model? CAPM model plays a very important role in the entire organization there. Why does it play a very important role, everyone? There's a very strong reason behind it. When we talk about CAPM model, now CAPM model is little to the of capital asset pricing model, cash, country, or credit. It would be capital asset pricing model. That's called CAPM, CAPM. In a few areas we call it CAPM, in a few areas we don't. It is actually full form is capital asset pricing model. Okay, so that's the answer. The answer is CAPM. In today's class, we'll also study the formula of the same as well. In the examination, can we expect the questions based upon the formula? Yes, we can. And rather, now they have started asking about the assumptions behind the formulas even. Matlab, they are not related only to the area that we understand the topic only, but they also want to know the depth of how the question, how the formulas were made. So this is how they have played, they've started playing, and people think that the examination is pure theory. But the point is that theory also is coming from the area of practical part. So either you know the formula and you will be able to answer properly, or either you just don't know the formula at all. है ना? Acha everyone, how is security beta calculated in CAPM? But this was an important area because beta based assumptions were there. In the examination, they asked a question regarding beta assumptions. So that's an important area to be covered. So everyone, what's going to be the answer? Chaliye, let's look at it. The options there. The first option says by dividing the market returns by the beta by the security returns, by dividing the variance of the market returns by the covariance of security returns, by dividing the covariance of the security returns and the market returns by the variance of market returns, then multiplying covariance of security with the market returns. What do you mean by beta, everyone? But the beta is basically the area. This is a sensitivity factor. How sensitive an organization is. That's called security beta. The answer is by dividing the covariance of the security returns and the market returns by the variance of the market returns. That's the answer. Done? Okay. Then comes the next question. That is, what does the term risk-free rate refer to, CAPM? The rate of return on high risk investment, the expected return on security with no inherent risk, or the volatility of the market. Volatility is basically due to the rate of risk. है ना? The rate of return on a leveraged investment. everyone? Risk-free rate, the return where the risk is definitely almost negligible. है ना? That means the expected return on the security with no inherent risks. If there are no inherent risks, what do we do? If there are no inherent risks, then it is good, na? If there would be any inherent risks, then what will we do? If there would be, that means the more risk I take, the more problematic it would be. है ना? So in this case, we have to be settled about this entire portion. That are we ready to take the risk? The more risk we take, the sensitivity we have. What does the market premium represent in CAPM? Market premium means more risk, more return, less risk, less return. है ना? That's one of the realities of the life. The difference between the risk-free rate and beta, that is the expected return on an investment, the difference between an expected return on an investment and the risk-free rate or the volatility of the market. In this case, the answer is difference between expected return, actually the return of the market minus the risk-free rate. That means if I say the rate of return is currently 18%, out of it, the risk-free part, there is no risk involved, is 10%. So that means if I take a risk, then I'm getting 8%. ठीक है ना? If I take a risk, then what would be the charges? Okay, just a moment. So there's one more thing when we talk about the specific area of the question. When we talk about CAPM model, CAPM model is basically the model which talks about the cost of equity. Cost of equity means we are trying to find out what kind of money are we having and how do we look forward towards taking the risk and finding the returns. Right? Chaliye. Let's see. Here comes the question, everyone. How is the cost of equity, RE, calculated in terms of CAPM or capital asset pricing model? In terms of capital asset pricing model, how do we find it, everyone? Let's look at the question. The cost of equity is risk-free rate of return plus beta multiplied by RM minus RF. Beta into leverage, beta of the particular portfolio, RM minus RF divided, or multiply all of these, or RM minus RF into beta. In this case, the answer would be what? First of all, when you're trying to find the cost of equities, it is based upon risk-free rate of return. Risk-free rate of return. You add up your beta and then you have your RM, that is return of the market minus the return of the area where we do not have any risk at all. है ना? That's the rule. Done? When we talk about this area, na, cost of equity, everyone, if the cost of equity is too much, वैसे तो equity cost is always more. The reason is equity has the control over the organization. These people decides the voting rights, these people decides the decision making. So obviously sometimes it becomes very much troublesome for the organizations. Right? So in this case, what's going to be the answer? The answer was actually A. Okay, everyone? Done? Let's look at the next question. What is the purpose of project evaluation in international capital budgeting? Why do we evaluate things? See, I think evaluation is super important because whenever you are putting money in, I cannot dump my money. It's not like every organization has so much of funds that they can waste. Every organization, while utilizing even a single penny on a person or a machine, they're always wondering how much money are we recovering? Are we even able to recover or not? They have to be very much sorted about it. है ना? So what is the purpose of project evaluation in international capital budget? To determine the success of the project, to gather the relevant information about the project, to identify the patterns. Actually, na, we do SWOT analysis. Number one, not only the SWOT analysis, we also try to SWOT is strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Done? Chali. Once we are done with this entire portion, in terms of project evaluation, all of these things are important. How can we blindside the entire project just because we are putting money into this and that money belongs to the shareholders? Management is always answerable. Where is this money coming from? Where is the money put overall? Whether the money is you put properly or not? All these things are super important for any business, isn't it? Chali, let's look at the next question then. Next question says, what factors may lead to the changes in the internal workflows during the project evaluation? Changes in the demand of the product, changes in the risk-free return rate, changes in the project intended audience, or changes in external stakeholders' expectations. What is it, everyone? What factors may lead to changes in internal workflows? Internal workflows are basically the organization's internal level. Now, this is not about the working overall. So in this case, one particular thing that will determine the internal workflows during the project evaluation is our discounting factor. What is it that we are looking at in terms of our YTM? है ना? Without the YTM, can we work? Yield to maturity. So in this case, changes in the demand of the product. Acha. In this case, the main point is about the changes in demand. If the demand changes, then there is nothing we can do. Everything is out of our hand, right? Acha. Next point. What is what one of the key issues involving the evaluating the key projects? Now, in this case, see, demand of the product is one particular part which is not in our hand, but we definitely work towards it. है ना? Now, when we talk about calculate the demand of the product, we are looking at key issues. Everyone, if I'm not getting NPV, net present value, then I think I don't look forward towards getting the particular organization projects at all because we need money. है ना? Done? So, in this case, what's going to be the answer? The answer is identifying the patterns of the project. I just cannot. That's not one of the key issues. Then determining the appropriate discount rate, that can be. We have to find out the discount rates. And then we have reporting the values of the project to external stakeholders. In this case, the answer is to find the discount rates because that is what we look forward to. Done. That's it for the day, everyone. Thank you so much for being there. But before I end my session, everyone, let's look at our website. I hope you have already gone through the website, but if you haven't, then you should definitely look at it because the content, everything is already available for you. Just a moment. Let me take you to our website. I said the best thing would be to download the app, everyone. If you have it in your phones now, then it is way beneficial. Reason, if you have it in your phone, then all the questions, all the data that you are looking forward to will be there. Just open up the website, that is www.adda247.com, and go on to the specific area of all courses. Once you go on to this area, you have the JIB and CIB. We are in the CIB June 2024 area, है ना? So वैसे तो our exam gets in July there. So if we look at this particular examination, this is our batch. Everyone, new batch is starting from 26th of AIM batch has just started from 26th of July, right? So my ABFM is also coming in this batch. So please make sure that you are being a part of our batches. And if you haven't thought of it yet, then please go ahead and utilize the code. Go ahead and check it out. For this, the current code that is going on is APL75, but if you use the code Y541, you will get 78% discount. But for that, it's better that you use the app because you get 1% extra. This is available at 5519.77. So if you're planning for it, then hurry up and get it right away. I'll be meeting you in the next class tomorrow in the morning. Thank you so much everyone for being there. If you're interested, then go ahead and check it out on our website or in our app for further